We have had a look in detail at some aspects of cognitive neuroscience, but how does this research manifest itself on the Century platform? We can see that Century is informed by research on retrieval practice or the testing effect, the spacing effect or interleaved learning, and formative assessments or feedback. Because one of our core aims is to improve learning outcomes for our students, we have spent some time devising features that will encourage the long-term retention of information. We know that memory degrades quickly if information is not reviewed, so we have built principles of retrieval practice and spacing effect into our recommended learning path, or RLP. A simple explanation of spacing is that if you have 30 minutes to spend studying one topic, it is better to split the time into 3 10-minute study sessions than to lump it into one 30-minute session. The 3 sessions will result in a more robust memory of the information for longer because you have had more practice at actively retrieving the information from memory. There are 2 ways spacing is currently implemented in Century. Firstly, we implemented spacing into the RLP directly by reviewing previously studied material periodically. And secondly, we interleave nuggets, which are singular pieces of learning material on Century from different topics. So breaking up learning material on one topic with learning material from other topics, meaning that microgaps are achieved even when students are studying in one longer single stretch of time. As I mentioned before, Century uses a recommended learner path for every student. The path shown below is personalised and unique to the individual, designed to suggest the most useful nugget at exactly the right time. The RLP is where you will see the results of spaced retrieval practice. Depending on how well a student has done, nuggets will reappear in the RLP after particular amounts of time. Research suggests that there is no one golden amount of time after which material should be reviewed, but it is important to tie these gaps to attainment. Ebbinghaus's curves are based on 100% memory at the end of a retrieval session. So if the nugget score is greater than 80%, it will reappear in the RLP a month later. If the nugget score is greater than or equal to 50%, it will reappear in the RLP a week later. If the nugget score is greater than or equal to 40%, it will reappear 3 days later. And if finally the nugget score is less than 40%, it will reappear in the RLP the next day. Without repetition, short-term memories will not be converted to long-term memory, and so students can't retrieve information when they need it. Using active retrieval algorithms, Century enables students to repeat previously learned information at exactly the right time for them to ensure robust long-term memory development. Each nugget on Century is finished with carefully crafted short formative assessments. Our expert content creators have designed the assessments to accurately summarize topics. On the right is an example of the type of summary question and feedback that a student would receive at the end of a topic. Formative assessments provide accurate, real-time data to the teacher about the current level of understanding of the student, but also function as an opportunity for the brain to develop stronger recall pathways to encourage long-term retention.
If you have found this video useful and informative, please give it a like. If you have any other questions, leave a comment below. Subscribe to our channel to explore more of Century's content.